Welcome to a new multi-time frame breakdown. Today what we will be doing is understanding what kind of swing trading opportunity we can be looking for on the pair that we will now analyze. And obviously we will be performing this analysis both from a technical and in order flow perspective to understand what kind of opportunity we can actually be looking for on the pair by using the combination of these two types of analysis, because obviously checking also what we have from an order flow perspective, so the COT data, will help us understand exactly what the biggest banks and institutions are currently doing in the market. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm a top author on the TradingView platform, and every single day I share a lot of free education analysis. So if you don't want to miss out on all this free content, I really suggest you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the video. Today we will be speaking about the situation that currently we have on NZD CAD, because it is a very educational pair to speak about at the moment from an analysis perspective, and it is also very near to provide a very good trading opportunity for this week. So that is why I want to speak about the pair. So obviously first we will be speaking about it from a technical perspective, and we will be taking the direction from the monthly, the weekly and the daily time frame. We will then go and see what we have from an order flow perspective to see what hedge funds, so the smart money in the market, is actually doing. And by being able to actually track their positions, we will understand where we can position ourselves with the best probabilities and the best risk to reward this trading week on NZD CAD. So as usual, I will also keep the analysis very educational, so that you will learn exactly what you need to be looking for when you're analyzing the market. So let's start from the technical side of the market by looking at what we have from a directional aspect. Then we will look at the COT data, and then we will go down on the 4-hour time frame, which is the best time frame for confirmations and entries. Starting from the monthly, what do we see? Now, from a monthly perspective, we can first of all see that the market had created this huge W formation. Now, after this W formation, what did we want to see? We wanted to see, after the market created a W formation, see the market make a move to the downside to test the previous resistance, which is now turned support, which is the completion zone of the pattern. And in fact, that is exactly what the market did, completing the pattern exactly as we wanted to see. And by the way, I will link in the description the previous analysis in which explain all the reasons for which from here we wanted to see this move to the downside. But anyway, now the market has created this move to the downside and has already tested and respected the neckline, aka the previous monthly resistance, not our support. So from a monthly perspective, we have an area of previous resistance, which is now our support, which the market has already tested and rejected to the upside. Perfect. Let's go down on the weekly time frame and see what we have. Now, from a weekly perspective, situation is very clear. We have a market that has created an impulse to the downside, followed by a correction, tried going lower, however it failed and created this continuation to the upside, meaning that at the moment, clearly from a weekly perspective, we do have this W formation here. And after a W formation, which currently is also testing the previous high, which is a strong supply area, we definitely would like to see the market give us a move to the downside to go and complete the pattern at the previous resistance, now to support, before creating the continuation to the upside and basically going and grabbing some liquidity at this area. We want to see the market go and grab some liquidity inside of this zone before the continuation to the upside. So from a weekly perspective as well, we want to see the market give us a move to the upside. Going down on the daily, what do we see? From a daily perspective, situation is extremely clear. Now, the first time that we spoke about NZD CAD was after the market had created this W formation here. After this W formation, what did we say? We said from here, we want to see the market give us a nice move to the downside to go and test this previous resistance, which is now turned support. And that is exactly what the market did. And I will link this previous analysis in description explaining all the reasons for which from here we wanted to see this move to the downside. So you can go and check it out for further reference and more free education. And then again, we spoke about NZD CAD after this correction, explaining all the reasons for which from here we wanted to see this continuation to the upside, which is exactly what the market has done. And again, I will link also this previous analysis in description so you can go and check it out for further reference and more free education. Just a quick reminder, make sure you comment below and you let me know which pairs or topics you would like me to analyze or cover in the next videos. But at the moment, as we are speaking, what is the situation from a daily perspective? On the monthly, we have seen that this move to the upside is given by the monthly support getting rejected. On the weekly, we have seen that we would like to see the market give us a retracement to this zone here. And on the daily, what we can see? On the daily, we can see that in creating this move to the upside, the market is creating an overextended W formation. In fact, we have down, up, down, up. So both the weekly and the daily are showing a bearish pattern from which we definitely expect a move to the downside. This is something that we had identified already in our previous analysis. We have already identified that the market was creating an overextended W formation, and it's only a matter of time before the market is supposed to give us a move to the downside. And obviously, that is why we always have to look for proper confirmations from a 4-hour perspective, as I will now explain that we have to do. But before I show you how we will be approaching this kind of situation with students, let's first go and give a quick check at what we have from a COT perspective. So commitment of traders, which is what the biggest banks and institutions are currently doing in the market. Now, from an NZD perspective, what we can see. Now, on the NZD, we can see that lately institutions have been shifting their positioning to the downside. As we can see, in fact, we can see the net positions went from 6.9k net positions all the way down to 3.2k, meaning that we went from having way more longs than shorts with 21k longs and 14k shorts to having 18k longs and 14k shorts. So shorts remained the same. However, what we can see is that longs are getting decreased. We went from 21k longs to 18k longs from a hedge fund perspective. In fact, we can see that 2k longs were closed with the last report. So during this move to the upside, institutions are closing their longs on the NZD, and we can expect shorts to be added very soon. That is why we still don't have any confirmations, because hedge funds still haven't added their shorts. But as I will now show you, there is a good probability that we will start having some accumulation of shorts quite soon. But first, let's speak about what we have from a COT perspective. So on the NZD, we can see that institutions are closing their longs. And if we go and see what we have from a CAD perspective, what we can see. On the CAD as well, we have exactly what we want to see. Because on the CAD, we can see that we went from minus 33k net positions all the way down to minus 16k net positions. So clearly we have net positions that are increasing. We went from having 53k shorts and 19k longs to now having 45k shorts and 28k longs, meaning that longs have been massively increased from 19 to 28k and shorts have been decreased from 53 to 45k. So definitely the CAD is getting strong, which is exactly what we need, because in order for the market to actually create this move to the downside, what do we need? We need a weak NZD and we need a strong CAD. So if the market will give us, as we want to see, a strong CAD and a weak NZD, then the market will definitely give us this move to the downside. But as we were speaking about earlier, monthly, weekly, and daily are the best timeframes when it comes to the direction of the market combined with the COT data. But the best timeframe when it comes to confirmations in the market is the 4-hour timeframe. And on the 4 hours currently, what do we see? Now, from a 4-hour perspective, we can see that at the moment there is still absolutely no confirmation for a move to the downside. In fact, the market is clearly still creating higher highs, higher lows, with a bullish market and a bullish momentum. And even if from here the market will now give us a move to the downside, we still don't have any confirmations, because the market will create a nice M formation, after which we can definitely expect more continuation to the upside. So currently we still don't have any confirmations for a short. But that is not a problem, because as we have seen, institutions still didn't add shorts on the NZD. And that is the reason for which we still don't have any kind of confirmations. So what we will be doing with students. Now, first of all, the more the market will go up, the better it will be, because when the move to the downside will start, we will have a better risk to reward. So it's even better if the market will continue to the upside, because when the market will be ready, the risk to reward and the amount of pips to be capitalizing on during the move to the downside will be greater. So what we will be doing with students is, as usual, being reactive and not predictive. During this move to the upside, what we will be doing is monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities for the move to the downside and for the completion of this overextended W formation at the neckline, aka the previous resistance, lateral support, which is the first target zone for the move to the downside in case of an overextended W formation.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. Also, make sure you go and check out the mentorship program. You find it linked in the description. You first learn all the rules of my rule-based strategies in the program, and then you trade them live with me. In fact, every single day you get a new daily market breakdown showing you exactly how to apply the strategies with entry, stops, take profits, as well as having me answering every single question that you have every day, including the weekends. So I really suggest you go and check it out. The link is in the description, and I will see you in.